Hello, we are in Shoftim portion. The Shoftim portion, in this portion, we have a series of laws directing the Israeli nation in order for them to establish a just society. We need to appoint judges according to this portion. We need to appoint judges and officers in the gates of our city. So the wisdom of Kabbalah is teaching us that there are 7 gates that are 7 gates for the human spirit. Those gates are located in our faces. We have 2 eyes, 2 ears, 2 nostrils, and 1 mouth. Those are the gates of our city. The city is our whole body. The city is our being. This is the Jerusalem, this is the Zion, this is, in other words, it's more the world. But the city is our inner establishment of this Israel manifestation. So those gates are located in the face. And the eyes, we know that they are referred to as Chokhmah, as the Sephirah of Chokhmah, the giving birth of the thought. The Chokhmah mechanism allows us to cross the boundary from the unconsciousness to consciousness. And then afterwards we have the ears, which are Binah. Binah is like the great mother. She's giving birth to this sperm of thought, and she offers and allows it to progress and to give it some direction, to move, to flow, to take it out from a theoretical idea into something that is able to continue its progress by creation and by manifestation of emotions and behaviors. This she does by attributing her ability or this pregnancy to the rest of the Sephirot, to the other 7 Sephirot below her. The nostrils are the Sephirat Tiferet. Sephirat Tiferet is basically the center of Chesed Gvura, Tiferet, Netzach, Hod, Ve'Yesod. Those are also divided into 2 parts. We have the Chesed, Gvura, and Tiferet, which are more the emotional manifestation of our thoughts. And then we have the Netzach, Hod, Yesod, which are our the behavioral outcomes of those emotions. And then there is Malchut. Malchut is the executor of all those. So the 3 first gates, the Sephirot of Chokhmah, Bina, and Dat, and the mind, they are providers to compass the direction on which whatever we will decide then to approach to. It leads our emotions, which are referred in Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet, and also our behaviors in the Netzach, Hod, and Yesod, creating feelings that later be manifested into themselves through the relationship of Chesed, of Netzach, Hod, Ve'Yesod. So there you have a situation of three external optional courses of behavioral outcome, which are referred in Netzach, Hod, and Yesod, which are coming out from 3 internal positions of emotion, which are the Chesed, Gvura, and Tiferet. They are the feelings, while the Chokhmah, Bina, and Dat gives the direction of those. And but the main executor of whatever we will decide to act upon, whatever we will whether it's our behaviors or our emotions, the way those are executed in our actual being is through Malchut. Malchut is a passive state that, receiving all these influences of the above 9, it is the result of the final act, or when Malchut is activated, we will open our mouth. When Malchut is activated, we will move our feet. We will do something that will give an actual pronouncement to our emotional realms and our behavioral realms. So through Malchut, we ultimately manifest all those spiritual energies through the mind and emotions. So the Torah is ordering us to appoint judges in all the gates. that will judge the people with justice. So now we know a bit more about those gates and what each gate represents. And it further applies us that we are shall not to twist judgment or accept bribery, because bribery will make us blind, even though we think we are wise or we live under the recognition of educated human being. And through officers, the trail that the judge decided upon will be executed, and through the judges makes the trial himself. So the judge will accompany us by means of what is it we're supposed to feel and which direction to take our behaviors. So we need to activate all those attributes within ourselves, all those gates, in order to make a fair trial. Justice, you shall pursue. Why twice the word justice? Well, the Lubavitcher Rebbe says that there are two phases in tshuva, or repentance. The first phase is the remorse over what has been done in the past, but it also means that we need to commit to have self-commitment to act differently in the future. Those two are inseparable. For the only test for a sincere remorse is the subsequent commitment to a better behavior in the future. So to be sorry about what happened in the past without changing our behaviors in the future is a hollow gesture, and it will not be accepted by God. Another option for why we have justice twice this word is as follows. There are 2 degrees that are required for a dayan, for a judge. A dayan needs to be smart, a judge needs to be smart, meaning he needs to be sharp and proficient in Torah laws. He needs to be educated in the divine matters. He is to have mind which is accurate and educated in Chokhmah Bina Dat measurements, attributes, and he needs to follow then the balanced state between the rest of the Sefirot, between his emotional Sefirot, Chesed, Gvura, Tiferet, and his relationship Sefirot, behavioral and relationship Sefirot, which is Nesach Hod Yesod. And then he needs also to be able to execute it all in the most balanced way or appropriate way, the right way, through Malchut, because she's the one that absorbed all of this and gave it an external manifestation for the outside world. So we need a judge to be smart, but we also need a judge to be wise. This is what the Torah tells us. So in addition, he also needs to be wise, meaning he must understand world economy affairs well, such as commerce, trade, labor, and crafts, meaning he must understand behavioral human matters. He needs to incorporate his verdict according to a notion of awareness when it comes to differences between the people and their dialogue with the world, their dialogue with themselves, and their interests, or should we say reasons for their behaviors. The third application for justice, twice the word justice, comes more in form of caution. As we said, we all have an inner judge inside us, and this inner judge is to make a fair trial, is to judge fairly. And so we are to be careful when it comes to judging other people. We must not have 2 dimensions of a sentence when it comes to making a fair trial. Meaning, when coming to judge, we cannot be remorseful on ourselves and at the same time harsh of other people. Justice is made when the sentence we seek for ourselves is also the sentence we will apply on others, because the above is mirroring the below, and whatever we see in others is mirroring what the above sees in us. So it's crucial that we will understand this. Now, when one is coming to judge others, but at the same time is able to see his own shortcomings, deficiencies, and limitations, then the result is a justified trial. And in this portion, we would be probably find ourselves in course of a lot of people, situation, on which we would need or feel that we don't understand them, that we will need to make a quick judgment about them. So just remember to use all the gates. Remember to use the officers within the gates, within your attributes. To have a fair trial mean to activate the mind, the conscious mind, plus the intuition, the unconscious mind, and then to take under consideration the emotional realms of yourself, and after this to take under consideration the behavioral or the relationship that you want to manifest according to those emotional realms, and then at the end of it to execute it and to give a real manifestation to this inner self that you have inside, to external, to other people, and to this world. So don't be quick to judge. Use your officers, use your judges, make fair trial for yourselves and for the others. Have Shabbat Shalom, and I hope to see you next week.